Hello, welcome to my channel MS is Great. In this video we are going to see how to format the Copilot response using the adaptive card, and you can see here this is the sample. When someone look for a car detail, we are going to show the car image on the left side and the detail on the right side, and it will be in a nicer formatted text or in the format. So let's start doing it. In my previous video about the Copilot Studio, I have demonstrated how to add the car Excel. The sample Excel which I have here is this car database of all the car. It has the image URL. So in this video we're going to fetch this URL and show the image, and adding this Excel and formatting the Copilot Studio. I've already published one video. This is a video you can see from spreadsheet to the smart chatbot video. You can go through this. I have given a step-by-step instruction on how to make use of this Excel car database, and I have already set up this car chatbot. You can see here this is the car chatbot. Excel is already inset, and there is one topic here. You can see this topic. So basically this topic right now, when someone supply the ID, it just returns you the details of the car in a plain text way. So I take this example 2521. So when I send the details of this, it would just give me the plain text. Let's see what is the output. You can see here when I just give the ID, it gives you all the detail in just a plain text. So we are going to format it to look nicer and fetch the image of the car. Let's start. So the first step is to in this car detail. So what I'm going to do is that in the properties, I'm going to make sure that these are empty here, and it goes only to the car database. And this car, in the formula, I'm going to add some of the details here. You can see car ID, car details. What I'm going to do is that, let me go to the formula, and I'm going to modify completely this formula here. Okay, let me get the formula and put it here. Okay, with car ID. So what is the car ID? Car ID. Okay, so global.car ID. So right now I have only the local. So let me put topic. Okay, topic.car ID. So basically what happens is that in this topic, if someone enter ID space 25 whatever the ID, then I'm saving that ID in the car ID variable. You can see here this is the variable, this is the topic level variable, and what I'm going to do is that I'm going to pass this into a generative answer. I renamed this generative answer to be get car ID, just a generative action, see here. And in the prompt I'm just specifying that give me in a formatted bulleted way, full bulleted format of full name, brand, whatever the detail, and with the car ID, which is this car ID. Okay, I'm going to insert this and save this. So the moment I save, okay, I saved it. So now if I ask the same question to the chatbot or the Copilot, so what the Copilot does is that now it should give me only these detail in a bulleted format. See here. So now it is a nicer bulleted format. So what we're going to do is that missing is the image. I want to have a nicer image on the left and the bulleted format on the right. So for that we need to do few steps. The first step is to save this. Instead of sending the message, I'm going to save this into a variable as well. So right now if you see here, it sends a message. I am removing it as a send a message text only, and I am going to save it in a variable. I create a new variable and name this variable to be car details. okay, so that it is easy for me to save, and it is a topic level variable, and just save it. So now whenever you ask a question, it will not send a message, it will just save it in a output in a text format. So make sure that you select only the text only and the card details and the variable, that's it. So now it is saved. And second, we need to get the URL of the image. So for that I am going to add one more adaptive, which is the generative answer. So this generative answer is again is going to be get image, get car image. So the get car image is nothing but the same generative, but here what I am going to do in that formula, the formula nothing but the prompt formula. So the prompt formula, what I am going to do is that I am going to add something which is kind of the car. So formula, I am going to say get the image URL for the car with, okay, then I need to pass the ID, which is topic dot car ID. Okay, that's it. So insert that. So this is the image. So we are going to test what it is going to be the output. So make sure that I need the image, the generative answer should be only from the source which we needed. So in my case I have the source which is the Excel, and remove it, it's high, and for now I'm just going to send the message so that I need to know whether it really fetches the image URL. Save it. Okay, it has successfully saved. Then now if you add this, I should get two message, one message from I should get just one message, because this message is being saved in a variable, so it will not be displayed. And you can see here it has clearly giving you the image URL for the car ID. Yes, so it is giving you this URL. So basically it is giving me a full text with all these things. So here what I should do is that I need to write a fx formula to get only this text. So for this you need to use some formulas, basically the fx formula to find out where the HTTPS starts with and find the index. So there is a quite a formula involved. Let me show that formula, and we are going to parse this and put it in the adaptive card. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is that the next step is to save this inside a variable. Don't send it as a message again, and save it inside another variable. So this time the variable is car URL, okay, and the same topic level variable, and save it. So I added two generative answers, one with the car detail saved in the car detail variable, the another one in the image which is the saved in the text. So this whole text is saved in the image URL now. Okay, we have two variables. Next, you need to send a message. So now we need to format this message in a nicer format. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do add adaptive card. So to format any text in your own formatted way, think of like a HTML output, and you can format the HTML output in any way you want. Okay, that format you should specify inside this in this body, and it is a JSON format for now. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to change this into a formula format so that I can add variables here. Okay, and the formula should be such a way that it is a JSON format. So I'm converted into formula, and you can see here when you click on this open card designer, Microsoft has already given so many of the design. You can see here these are the designs. Activity update, it gives you this design, and if you want something like image gallery, you see this is the design, and this is the JSON template. So we have to use this standard to make sure that you show it in the format. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to use let me use something which is flight itinerary or the restaurant. Okay, this seems good. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to copy some of the design from here and then create my own format so that it's easier for me. Okay, so let me go back to this format. So my format, I've already created my format here. You can see here my format would be more of like this. So this is the body start, and I'm creating a column set, meaning that I would have two columns, and the first column I'm having only the image, so the image will be here, and the second column is the text, which is the text URL. You can see that the car URL, I'm going to have the car URL here. Okay, so let me say topic.car URL, and you can see here this is the formula which I mentioned. So this is the URL. Inside the URL, I want only the URL from this text. So assume that this is the text. I'm showing it in side by side so that it's easy for you to understand. You can see here, this gives me the whole text, and this formula is nothing but a normal formula where you first do the start index of HTTP. You identify the HTTP where it starts with. Then in this, let me have topic. So here we have the topic, not the global topic. Okay, done. So basically I'm finding the first occurrence of the HTTP. It will give me the first occurrence of HTTP, and I'm getting the last instance, meaning that where this URL ends in. So to find the end of the URL, URL is the end of the string. So I'm finding the whole length of the string and minus of the length which it gives me at the index, which gives me the correct text. And finally I'm using the mid function to get the value of this, only this value. This seems a bit complex, but you can use width. Width is nothing but you are concatenating all the formulas within, which is of PowerFX formulas, and you can, I mean, this is more of like a normal formula usually to find out a string between set of string or the values within a whole content. Okay, so use this formula, find out the HTTP. I'm just stripping out only the HTTP, the whole URL, and this putting it into this adaptive card. So this adaptive card, the first column will be the picture and the second column will be the text, and this text is saved in the whole car detail. So in my case, the car detail. Okay, and here the car URL. The car URL is the variable here, so make sure that you use the correct variable. So now what I can do is that I can copy this whole adaptive card JSON, kind of JSON. So make sure that you set it to a formula, not the JSON, and it is slightly different. Why? Because you can see here you should not use double quotes for the type here, type and the column. That's the main difference. So if you are in JSON, you need to have it as a double quotes. Okay, so topic dot car details, I guess. Okay, yeah, and make sure that you have the tick mark here, no error. So this is the adaptive card which I want to pass. Let me save this. So now this adaptive card will get the details from the previous variable and the image here. Okay, so let's try this again. Hopefully it works now at this time. Let me send this, and it should get the details. And okay, it is running here now, it is coming. Okay, see here, perfect. So now you can see the car and the details on the left, car detail on the left. And so basically what we did is that we saved this in two variables, and these two variables we created the adaptive card. So with this adaptive card, you have, Microsoft has already given you so many of the samples. You can make use of it. Think of like a HTML design with the column and the properties where you can define this adaptive card. So you'll have to be more creative in the sense that you can come up with own responses. We can test with different car. Maybe let's do this sample. Okay, so in this time I want to see a different car. Let's see. Okay, all BMW. Probably we want to see some Toyota. Then we can copy this. Okay, hopefully. Okay, see here the car changes. Hopefully it is working as expected, and I want to see the Toyota here. Okay, takes a while. Yeah, you can see here. So now you can format any format you want using the adaptive card, and it is a very powerful one to show in a formatted way. Hope this is really helpful. Thank you. Please subscribe and like.